Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the world you're in. This is Dr. Don with your daily LightPoint, all a part of the LightPoint podcast. This week, as we're onward and upward, I want to focus on this premise of execution. I've been spending a lot of time with my leadership clients, and what I'm recognizing is execution, meaning this capacity to get things done efficiently and effectively, is often a struggle for people, right? It's easy to ideate, it's easy to have a vision for what you believe outcomes should be or what you're striving for, but the actual execution, how do you mobilize yourself and others to get to the final destination, to realize that vision that you actually have? That's the harder part. And what I'm realizing is execution starts with understanding what your plan is. So today I just want to talk about the premise of planning your work and working your plan, because the details matter. Understanding to get to Z from A, there are multiple steps that I need to take. And the nuances that impact my capacity or my team's capacity to get to Z need to be explored. Otherwise, you encounter barrier upon barrier upon barrier, and it becomes more and more difficult to actually execute. So I come to you today with just the premise of you examining, what is my plan? What steps do I believe are going to be necessary with the minutia in mind to get from where I am to where I want to be? Now, the nuance here is the long-term vision is one thing. Am I clear about what A to B looks like, what A to C looks like, what A to F looks like? There's this premise of celebrating the buoys along the way, meaning if I'm trying to get to a destination that's far out, past the horizon, I don't see the shoreline, I'm in the middle of the ocean. How do I know I'm making the progress necessary to get to that final destination, to get to the shoreline, when I'm in the middle of the ocean where it appears that it's never ending? Well, I'm looking for buoys. Have I identified my buoys? Have I set my buoys so that I know that I'm achieving the trajectory that I want to get to my desired outcome? Execution is about setting those buoys, having the plan necessary to get me where I need to be. The details surrounding those plans become essential to that process. So I encourage you, as you're thinking about execution, how effective are you in setting your buoys? Meaning, how effectively do you establish the steps that are required? Understand what those steps are. And if you don't understand, leveraging your team and the subject matter experts around you to clarify, do we know what's required at each step along the way to get us to our outcome, and understanding it in the context of not only the activities, but the potential barriers along the way. So this week, we're going to continue to unpack this premise of execution and how to do it effectively. That applies to our personal lives as well. When we set out to accomplish something, do we understand all of the steps required, and do we know where our buoys are so we can celebrate passing those buoys along the way, because the destination could be out of sight in the immediate state? With that being said, thank you for joining into our daily LightPoint. Real leaders, real talk, real time.